Okay. Welcome everyone to the stream. Welcome. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are. I've learned that 20% of my viewers are from the US actually. So, huge amount, I would say. So, probably good evening. Um, First of all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for watching the VODs. Greatly appreciated. I have hopefully finally and fully solved the 7 TV emotes issue. I should see them on my OBS chat now, and also they should finally be activated in my Twitch. At least I definitely hope so. I tested earlier, it did work everywhere, so hope that is resolved. Um, yeah, I wish you as well a very good Christmas. At least for me, it is the 24th, and it's a, would say, main holiday uh, day. I mean, I know some people still unfortunately have to work, but Christmas Eve is 24th is probably the one that I, at least in my tradition, is the most important one. But Christmas is definitely up in the next coming days, wherever you watch it. So I wish you all of you a happy Christmas and hope you're doing well. Don't have too much stress around the Christmas event and having an absolutely good time. I think this stream will definitely be shorter than the last one. The last one was like by far the longest I ever did. And this afternoon or early evening, I will also attend a private gathering. Therefore, no more streaming at that time. I don't know how short I will cut it. I will still wait on a few messages to see when I want to go. Just a heads up. But until then, there's at least, I would say, 5-6 hours. So those I will hopefully feel powerful enough and enjoy the game enough and streaming enough, I will stay around for that time. So feel absolutely free to join in and have me run in the background. I hope you're doing absolutely well, each and every one of you, and still enjoy my streams. Also, again, thank you all for the amazing support so far. It has been a great pleasure to stream. Also, donations, good morning, and thank you for catching up with the VODs. I hope you enjoyed them. And Nick Nirup, thank you. And yeah, Merry Christmas and hello to you. Thank you for joining it. I will change to unranked here again. As always, had like 2 runs today, this morning, unranked. They were okay, but I did not have the time to play a little bit unranked on myself and experiment this morning. Just a little other stuff I had to catch up. Okay, let's see what we are doing for today. I am inclined to put in a little bit more variety and say the armored core is at least decent to a decent amount on the table. So I will play not only 2 cores, I will now play 3 cores. I feel like the armored core offers also some variety and is still strong enough to justify to play. Sometimes you brick and then I don't know. I don't enjoy at least losing on stream. I wouldn't say I enjoy particular losing off stream, but I don't know. I don't feel as competent and confident and competent if I play not to the standard I want to be. So yeah, I don't. It probably will improve over time when I feel more confidence into streaming. But for now, anyway. Yeah, I will start with a nice companion core run and then we later do an armored core run, I promise. On companion core, small items are still important, but not as important. I rather, therefore, take the experience. I think this is the better option out of the 2 available. The banana ball offers me more sustainability, whereas the drone, even though I can fight it, has just a little bit of crit. And crit is not as important here. I cannot make use of it much. I rather have, if I high roll extra health, a heal on the Aiden, as well as getting my extra health. I feel like that might help me more. My ranked runs tonight have been a struggle. First ignition core run, didn't see Omega Ray until daytime. Oh, that's not good. On my first run, I didn't see ignition, the Omega Ray. and the second I finally saw it like day one, so their life was good. This is a freebie. I don't like skills, but I definitely want to look for good items. I think a bomb squad is a justifiable item. I still hope to find better than a copper ad here, so I don't want to invest my gold in a copper ad. If I, like, in all honesty, if I have to pick up a copper ad here, I will, in absolutely most cases, not win my day one fight. It is also nothing I want to see on my board in the long run, so there's no consideration to pick it up. It's just, if I lose with or without it. In the long run, I don't want it. It's not the same for the bomb squad. The bomb squad, even though will also not win me day one fights, it is an item I like to have on my board, so therefore this picking up reasonable, that picking up not reasonable. Those are some items. I will definitely pick up the gamma ray. I don't think the ICE 9000 is carrying me. While the chem snare can at least a little bit win you day one, the ICE 9000 has 2-second more cooldown, and that is the reason why I don't think the chances are high enough and justified enough to pick this. So we're skipping here. I will sell off this. Here, it is kind of easy for me, even though I would like to have one more gold. I think monster loot is pretty good. I don't think 25 health will change the outcome, even though a race call might be okay later on. For now, the race call here on this board will not do anything for me. And I will stumble onto it later anyway, so there is no consideration for race call. Obviously, missiles is okay, but this is super rare to pick up here, so it's not reasonable to go here for missiles. The Chris Army knife is also not really better than a bomb squad, so there's no consideration here to go there. Normally, I like to sell stuff to get 8 gold loot. It's super helpful, strong, but those items are just too valuable. So it has to be the 4 gold loot, and we are going for the fight. If my opponent is above average or average, we should still lose here. Only if he has like a little bit of shield, we might get over the line with the gamma ray. So this is a high-hitting regal blade. I don't even know if a bronze brick buddy is ever gonna outscale this, in all honesty, so we would have lost here. Even if we high rolled our brick buddy, we would have needed a silver brick buddy to outscale fast enough shield over 100 damage regal blade. That is just a very strong opponent, so there's that. Cooldown reduction does not matter. Sharpening stones I'm not interested in. I would rather take 3 loot here, or the poison extract. I feel like both of those are warranted. This is obviously until we will improve us a lot if we hit our lizard early, though it is only 2 poison, and while 2 poison are good, I would wager in this position, since we are still needing a lot of different items, so brick buddy, monitor lizard, Aiden, maybe a battery, LEDs. There's a lot of stuff I need to look for. So gold is something I want to have instantly available, and this, even though it might be good if I find my lizard, and I don't know when to find it, is gold, but less gold, and it is delayed because I don't want to put extra poison on the gamma ray. The gamma ray is proccing so slowly without mostly out haste. Extra poison here will not matter, and therefore we are definitely going for the loot here. This being said, Milo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I actually know you a little bit, at least. You were early around in the Bazaar Discord before the Bazaar released already. So yeah, welcome. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Here, I'm still not inclined to go here for Chris Army knife and race call. Missiles is not likely to be here, so I don't think I need to gamble here and roll away gold and stuff. This is a freebie, best case a Chris Army knife, but in general it is 1 gold to this core specifically. So I take obviously health and reach. I cannot pick this, I cannot pick this, I don't have neither. So region it is. Middle is by far the most premium vendor to go to on the companion core due to brick body and monitor lizard, as important as they are, but also like low rolling a snail here, a chem snail, is okayish. So we are definitely going here, no consideration about the other ones. So now there is the race coral that I do not consider as valuable, but still as something I would like to see. So he's just showing up as expected, kind of. Do I have the financial means here to justify buying it? If I buy it, I am going down to 12. I reroll, I'm at 9. I can still buy 2 medium items. So I would wager, and then the PvE fight is next hour, so I would wager I have the financial means here to just put him in the bag, even if I don't want to use him. Though by no means he's starting to be, like, he will get better now. As more targets I have for haste, the better he gets. Just like day 1 and early day 2-ish. He will just sit the most time around and not proc off, and therefore he is not as powerful and as well not as important, in my opinion, over the other items. This being said, we are buying rare rerolling. Those are no items I want to look for. I don't think I have even remotely enough procs on shield for an armadillo. I think this is, in most cases, no consideration. The others are no friend, so I play a companion core. Let's go. I will put this on the core already. This I will save for hopefully a brick body that shows up soonish. Will I obviously have to position like this? Will I fight a rogue scrapper and win? So the problem here is I don't have shield to scale in the health direction. I don't have like at least a lot of healing, though 5 region is kind of helping a lot in that fight, because that fight is in most cases going to fatigue here, or it is going to fatigue for sure here. And then the question is if I have like 400, 500 damage at least over 30 seconds. That is a bronze core. This is only 2 haste targets. I don't have scaling on the bomb squad. The gamma ray is proccing a little bit of poison here and there, and is also increasing the poison on itself, and therefore increasing more and more the poison on the rogue scrapper. But in all honesty, I would wager in, without doing the math, I would wager my confidence is to over 90% that the rogue scrapper will unfortunately win here, because the race call isn't proccing, the bomb squad is proccing rarely and is not scaling due to not having an omega ray, and the gamma ray alone is not soloing, unfortunately, a rogue scrapper. This being said, I'm inclined to go for the wings. I think I don't need the on average extra 1 or 2 gold. I rather see a wing here. Also, with having a weapon on the board, having a rush is kind of good, because in the long run we start a little earlier, therefore having 1 extra start on the proc, on the like start of combat proc on the lizard if I ever find it here. So definitely good directions. Yeah, all next to squad, obviously. That is something I missed, but thanks for pointing it out. And also good morning and Merry Christmas, Iman Josa. I'm still not certain, Iman, how to pronounce that. We had the discussion, I know this. It is by no means any ill like means or intentions. Ill intention is the phrase I was looking for. Okay, here I am rich enough. Income is not high priority. High priority is though finding my pieces. Quicksil is at least offering me some stuff. I like to have a battery here. I already have a gamma ray, so battery is helping me scale the gamma ray, and therefore is kind of strong in this situation, and I have the financial means to justify spending here the 2 gold. I will definitely reroll. I will definitely don't buy anything of those items. I will just go out here. We are in the unfortunate situation that we did not see any experience and couldn't fight the rogue scrapper. So even though small items are good and we could look for an Aiden, we should just go here for the experience, so we can put at least the ray on the board. we're still kind of weak. We are still struggling a little bit here, but not leveling is also not improving us there. Here we can upgrade an item or the core, whatever. So though this is not doing anything, I will just put it on the board anyway. Here I think it is just, so someone could argue in chat and telling me, well, Max, just upgrade the gamma ray. It's your probably main damage source. Maybe you get over the line. And I would increase by 100% my output on poison on the gamma ray. But I would wager that the output even of a silver gamma ray, if the opponent is strong, is not enough. And in the long run, like next day, it is helping me a lot more in general to have like double haste uptime on my all of my friends, and hopefully those friends will be more after the end of the next day. So I feel the more important and reasonable approach here is to make sure the core is silver. I know upgrading the gamma ray is some sort of output, like damage improvement, but I don't think even a silver gamma ray is cutting it in most cases here. Could we get a friend there? I mean, just let's say, like, best case would have been an Aiden. I don't think an Aiden is strong enough, especially if we don't have a wider board here. We are just too weak. The only friend that would have saved me here would have been probably a brick buddy. I would wager a brick buddy can get me over the line consistently, but that was a small shop, so just a small friend is by itself not powerful enough. And I feel like it is close. You could make the argument for both. My intuition tells me the way I like to play it is rather consistency, and consistent play is getting this core to silver, so we are doing this. He won day one, so I would wager he's kind of strong, and we are unfortunately losing. Oh, I have the option to go there for a friend and not the upgrade. I mean, that was higher potential, right? If I get like a really, really good friend there. I didn't consider that thoroughly, so good of you pointing it out. I should have maybe said, I'm losing this fight, maybe I should try to get a high roll. You're correct there. If I get like a lizard or a brick buddy, we're in a good position. Though an Aiden or any small friend like Wallace or Army Knife or Copperhead will not get us over the line though. So, and even a Dave, for example, and Hamadillo. So there were only a narrow pool of like 2-3 items that maybe would have improved our strength. So this is like the high roll option, I would wager. I might be inclined even there, because like if the option was like get poison extract for the future and high roll a friend, I would say high rolling a friend is a reasonable approach, just because we are also in a dire situation. Here I had very good option to upgrade either the gamma ray for the future or the core for the future. And I think the better outcome on average for the future, at least not for that particular fight, but for the future of the run, is just to get strength for the future and accept my failure for that particular situation. Because the improvement of having a silver core or a silver gamma ray is kind of huge, and not like only at some point a poison extract, even though poison extract is good. Okay, here we are going for JJ. Finding our pieces is important. I'm still not inclined to buy this. I don't think this is getting me over the line enough. I don't think a Wallace is fast enough, and especially as bronze, the scaling is it's not getting over the line. I will reroll though. I'm inclined though to say, well, a chem snail, that is something we can make it work, because we don't have an omega ray, we don't have a brick body, we don't have a monitor lizard, we're just picking it up. I feel like it is a plan C or something, but as that it is good enough. I will still further look for items here. I will not buy those. I'm willing to roll gold away though. So that is happening. I'm not too inclined to consider the damage output of the bomb squad. I know it's a little bit of extra burn, but I think I'm not in the situation to justify spending that much gold because I will not sell this off at any point. So it's like a hard investment of 2 gold and not only 1 gold. So for here, I will sell this off maybe. So the investment is only half the money I spend. Here though, I will not sell off the bomb squad, even though it is a meaningful amount. It's not a meaningful enough amount to justify in this particular situation to spend the gold. So I will roll here. I will definitely say they probably like this. I still value the extra scaling on this situation of the battery rather highly, though this is a bomb squad that is triggering more of my core, is charging the core, is extra haste target triggering therefore the call furthermore, so maybe actually it's like this. I do think though we are not outracing a scout trooper with this mediocre setup. It's okayish. So we're just going for the Frustrate Challenger. The low tier is a little higher value, so maybe 1-2 more gold. This is why I pick him over the left one. So yeah. Also, welcome everyone. Thank you all for tuning in already. I wish you a happy Christmas. Hope you're having a good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. And welcome, welcome. This is an icicle. I will not sell off the icicle because there's a skill called Invigorating Cold. That skill is amazing. And then we have a start of combat haste, and it is super powerful. Even though chocolate is good, finding items is more important. There's a lizard, so I'm already inclined to say I will probably never use the snaggle, but no need to sell it yet. I'm still re-rolling to find other items. There is a water cooler. That is an item I'm also willing to buy. I would say the proboscis is not worth over the chem snail to keep, so no considerations here. I'm not really interested in skills, nor do I have a lot of money. I don't will ever run a large item here. I think Bulldozer is just too slow and not impactful enough at the moment. I take the freed region and call it a day. We can upgrade an item here. I don't know about the setup yet. We will see about that in a second. So considerations, I would say, even though getting up the monitor lizard is not the worst to just double his imminent output, obviously the scaling of the extra gamma ray is catching up way too fast here, so that would be probably the consideration. I don't think the other things are good enough to upgrade. If you want to be nifty, you could consider a water cooler and say we will farm a lot of health in the long run. But let's be honest, we want to win fights. The best way to win fights is having an upgraded gamma ray in this position, so we are going for this. Here, I would wager I still want to have the bomb squad around. This chem snail is just like clunky and taking up 2 spaces. We have a other alternative and way better source for proccing poison. We have a scaling of the gamma ray, so this is no consideration. I rather have, first of all, a battery that is consistently proccing my gamma ray, as well as another source for haste. So kinda the strength here would have been probably having a target of haste on this chem snail itself. We will solve that kinda with putting in the water cooler and then having also another ray. This should be definitely stronger, very like really early already in the fight. I still don't think extra crit here on the race call is pretty good, and crit on the monitor lizard does not help us because poison is passive and therefore not critting. Positioning should probably something like this. I think having the most procs on the bomb squad is most important because we are by far not at the internal cooldown of the monitor lizard. And second important is obviously the water cooler, so still next to the race car and the lizard. I think this is probably an average board. We are a little bit weak to burst the output. We don't have any shielding here, but we are doing okay. I would say if the fight is taking a little bit longer, we can get over the line with the scaling of the gamma ray and the lizard though. So let's hope he has no bursty weapon build and is, I don't know, healing a little bit and shielding a little bit and trying to win that way. Can you please explain how race call is a late game item? I see so many screen caps of 10 wins with him on the board, but I never feel he does much for me. So I think we could outscale this easily, so good for us. I will answer that question happily. In the early game, the struggle of the race call is that he needs a lot of haste procs on the board to have a lot of procs itself. If you have like a Aiden here, a lizard here, as well as a lot of haste targets for the core, this one is proccing aroundish every second. Like it gets like so much charge that it procs around every second, just estimation. And then you have like an item on the board that first of all procs every second, and that is in itself already good. Also, every proc of the race call is charging the core, so it's fueling your board, and then this is putting out more haste, and that is by itself pretty good. Also, if you have like a little bit more damage on it, that will amount to a significant amount of outbursts of damage. So that is pretty good. The second reason why the race call later is good, in the later days, most dualies by now have figured out LEDs are super strong, so you should run LEDs. One of the main benefits of a race call is that even though there is maybe slow on the race call, he just does not care because the activation time is more or less only due to the haste procs and not therefore having the normal cooldowns, and therefore he's kind of immune to slow. This also makes him rather valuable in the later days. And this is the core strength of this race call, why it is preferred by, I would say, a decent amount of people, and for that reason, it's probably also a little bit warranted to have them on the board later. Early though, you don't have a lot of haste targets on the board, you are a little slow on the starting, so if you just need like 6 seconds before you even have like a starting of the combat with the race call, that is, I would say, only a mediocre item. Therefore, here in the early days, if I have better options, I'm more inclined to take those. Like even missiles, while struggling later, has like 3-second head start. So especially early, missiles is by far superior, though harder to find by a lot. I hope that answered your question. Here, I'm not inclined to go for weapons. I think like even missiles is still good. It is super unlikely to be here. This is the only weapon I really would need or improve here. I rather take experience and gold over a free weapon, which is more or less 1 gold. Here, we are in a little bit of pickle situation, and I wouldn't say it's easy. Monster loot, pretty good. 8 gold we have to spend, we can spend. High roll potential, golden feathers, golden poison extract, but the rest is also good. So just going there for the high roll potential is super reasonable, and I would say monster loot, pretty good. I would though argue, even though there's high roll potential, there's also low roll potential. If I get like plus ammo and, I don't know, a little bit of region, this has no impact at all at this point in the game. And I have lost a few rounds already. I want to make sure I need to make sure I will win my next fight. I think the more reasonable approach here is trying to go for medium items. I still want to get a brick buddy. I think that is super valuable for me to make sure I have consistency and I just win my games. So for me here, I will go for this store. I will buy the missiles for sure. Now I have to reevaluate. This is gone. Can I still somehow justify affording a brick buddy. Not really. So even though I would like to reroll here, we have not the financial means for a brick buddy, so rerolling doesn't matter. I feel though missiles is warranted here, even though it is kind of expensive. The fast start is super helpful and important, and